Hey guys, welcome. Before we're gonna into the materials, I'll kind of explain a little bit about the modifiers that we have. So if you go here into the modifier tab, bam, then you can add a modifier, and there are loads here. I know. We're just going over a few simple ones that we are probably gonna use the most. Okay, so a modifier. Let's start with the subdivision surface. Now the cube became a circle, a sphere, and this is not really what the subdivision surface is for. I will explain why it does this, but let's first just look what the subdivision surface does, okay? I'm gonna click it on simple because then it doesn't deform as much. The Catmull-Clark makes it soft, like not soft, but it smooths the surface when you subdivide it. But let's first go over what it is. So without the subdivision surface, you can see that every face here has 4 vertices and those combined are one face. If I accept my subdivision at one subdivision level, now you can see that our the whole face has now subdivided into 4 new faces with all their own, vertices and all that stuff. So if I do it again, I'm gonna do that one. Also another time simple. And now you can see that those ones also subdivided in 4. So this is just a great way to get more geometry in your mesh. The more geometry, the more detail you can put in, and that is why we do this. So you can also see that if I now just do the normal one, the Catmull-Clark, that it gets less deformed. Because we have more vertices, it has to smooth less, right? So I'm going to do another one simple, and then I'm going to do subdivide again. You can see that it goes less and less, right? And now it stays way more like the form it used to be. Awesome. So that is a very important one, and we will use it a lot. So let's go on to the next one. I'm gonna just add another cube, like delete that one. And that is, I personally think this is very important, and that is mirror. So what does the mirror do? Well, right now, it's kind of weird, right? We don't really see what mirrors. That is because our mirror, it mirrors around the middle here. And we don't, like we already have vertices in the middle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add an edge loop, and I'm gonna delete one side on here. Oh, you can't see what I'm typing. Hold on. I will put my screencast keys on. I thought I had it on already, but apparently not. Okay, now you can see. So I'm gonna add an edge loop with Ctrl R. I'm gonna delete this side, the vertices, and now you can see that we still have the same. But this is actually the mirror modifier. Okay, so everything that I move here also moves on the other side. Okay, so I personally use this a lot. If you have the clipping on, then you can't move the middle. If you don't have it on, then it just goes through. You can choose multiple axes, right? I think I can better show those axes with something else. If I do my cube, let's say I have a cube here. I'm gonna move it here, but the origin is still in the middle, okay? If I now mirror this, then you can see whatever I do here happens in the other ones. And you can choose the axis that you want to duplicate it on. So that is very, very, very useful. And I think I'll just make a separate part on mirror alone. I will make a separate part on every modifier alone, I feel like. Because I think they're just very cool. And a lot of times we don't use, like we just use 4 of them. But yeah, I really want to explore the other ones as well. But that's for later. So that is our mirror modifier. And then I think there is maybe one more very important one. Maybe two. The array modifier we have. This, if I put this a little bit to the right or to the left, then you can see that it duplicates to the right, like towards our x-axis. And then we can have a count. We can up our count. So this is very handy if you have, I don't know, maybe pillars for a temple or something like that, and you just want to do it like this. And you can even also put multiple modifiers next to each other. So if I do another array here, which I do not do around the x-axis, but actually around the y-axis, 1.3, then you can see that we can create stuff like this. Awesome, right? So that is what you can do with our array modifier. And then we have a bevel modifier, which is also important, I feel like, especially if you want to go a bit more realistic. The bevel modifier just creates this bevel in here. This is what you call a bevel. And then you can change the width, you can change the segments in between, even the profile, which does not a lot now, but you can change that. Angle, width, or weight, all that good stuff. So this is really to make your model look more realistic, because never ever has an object is this sharp. Most of the time there is a little bit of a corner in there, right? So just look at your bureau or whatever, your TV screen right now, or your keyboard. It all has like a little bit of a bevel, and some has more, some has less, and yeah, that's all great. But yeah, you can change a lot of this stuff. So I feel like those are some very important modifiers to know and to just get familiar with. Yeah, that's why I made this little piece. And in the next part, we are really gonna go to the textures. So, or the materials, I would rather say. So I'll see you guys there.